I'm BC, this is Spirit Cars. Everybody take a deep breath, it's all gonna be good. We're building hot rods, having fun. We got Dorothy's starting to come together. And we didn't do a lot, but we did do some, and we're moving in the direction that it needs to go instead of just 2 steps forward and 1 step back and 2 steps forward. Pre-thinking things, thinking through, kind of like the world. Don't get too excited, just kind of take it in, enjoy the day. There's a lot of good stuff to happen today. So we want to we don't want to miss the good stuff, being focused on the bad stuff. That would be stupid. So we need a battery, we need some power. And so Eddie's been working on it. We showed the panel. Why don't you come around the other side here. So this is a wood panel here, screwed into the back. These are the fiber panels, been upholstered. Got a little, this will be painted black, but got a little access panel there, pretty sweet. Built a little platform for it with some straps. You can strap your battery down, whether you have a big battery or a small battery, either one. It's got a pretty fundamental, pretty basic stuff there. But that's what makes hot rodding good, clean and simple. The seats will come forward and lean forward again, so we'll be able to access this battery real easy from right here. So this is a good place to put it. Let's come back around here. I set the seat out. This is the seat we'll be using here. It's on track, so the seat will slide back and forth. We've already had it in the car to make sure it all works. But this seat does tip forward like this. So when it tips forward, you know, that's going to give you easy access there. We've got some panels in the back here for kind of stashing your stuff, kind of cool. So that'll be the seat that goes in it. We're kind of down to, we probably won't carpet until we get wiring, which is going to go in next. We got to put our door, the connectors in the doors, which I normally try to do before we paint it, and I didn't do it. My bad, but it's not that big of a loss. We've done it so many times, I don't think we're going to have any problems doing it. But if you've never put those connectors, those door connectors in before, it might be a good idea to do it before you paint. That way, if you have any issues, you can always repair it or what have you. But I don't see any problems there. We're going to cut the ductwork, or cut the the vent cover holes, get that done. Still haven't buffed the dash. Just phlegm. It's okay. I'm fine. Although the magic bullet is an amazing thing. You have a magic bullet? You ever heard of that? You put your stuff in there and you. I face planted off the loading dock the other day. So there's like no eating, and they're all eating this like roast beef and all this potatoes and awesome stuff the other day. I had enough of the milkshakes. I put it in the magic bullet and ground it up into a paste. Perfect. So it's just kind of like I can't swallow well. But it will heal. It'll all be good. Let's go around the back here. So you can see this is where the platform is for that battery. That's how you access it. So there'll be a cover right here, which we've already showed. I'll get that real quick. So you get that cover. So that'll be there. So your battery is going to be between the seat on the front side and here in the metal. So you won't see the battery from the trunk, and you will access it from the inside of the car. And I think I said on the last video, honestly, we don't have a plan. We just kind of wing it. We have a direction, we have an idea, and we definitely know where we're going, and there's some things that we like to do standardized. But I say all the time, there's no one right way to do things. There are some wrong ways, which you don't want to do, but there is no one right way to do it. So you have a lot of options. So this is how we're going to do the battery in this one. He's got it. A big deal is there's a lot of gel batteries that don't matter if they're crooked or sideways or whatever. But the acid batteries, you know, you need to have them flat so that they don't leak out the top. But we got this flat on top here, so this you can use any kind of battery you wanted on this. So right now, I see he's already started this process. You see we've got this one on already. We use these shocks. We use a metal framework that goes around to structure the body, and then we have our hinges on to put these little brackets for the shocks. And these work out really nice. I think I'm pretty sure they're 40 pound, but they're pretty stiff. So when you pull your latch, the trunk will actually just go up nicely, and it works out really well. So a couple of these, they just snap on, and then on the trunk itself, we'll have another clamp kind of thing, or a bracket that will screw into the trunk. This will just snap onto it. Make sure when you're doing that, measure it close, measure the angle. You need to position this. So if I want my trunk here, that will make it up probably at about this angle. You got to make sure your depth here, and whether you're a mathematician and want to do it with geometry and figure it out that way, or if you're just a kind of figure it out kind of guy, make sure that if you've got the right height when it's open, that there's enough distance in here when you close it that this doesn't hit against here before the trunk is fully closed, or it won't fully close. You want to get right at that point, or maybe even leave about 1/4 inch, 3/8 inch of travel left in it before it's done. So if you do the geometry right, you can get this to travel full swing and get the same height. And I can, these come off with just, you got to pull the pin and do that. But I can change my angle here like this, and still in a lot of ways get the same height, and just change the angle here, which will change the amount of throw that's in this rod end. So there's a couple things for today, not a big long video, but we're moving ahead on Dorothy. Goldie is coming along. We're doing a test panel on the Gold today. So that chassis is going to get painted pretty soon. That's a high metal flake like the old days, like a boat. Then we've got Tweety. We can't have Tweety pie. I said that the other day on the video. Big Daddy did a Tweety pie. We can't have a Tweety pie, but we can go Tweety. So we got a Tweety out there. That's a yellow car, Alan. So that's coming together.
Somebody wants to know if you're going to be at Nationals.
Which Nationals? At which Nationals? There's a Nationals all over the place. So I have not been on the road for about 10 years. I used to be on the road, oh my goodness, 30 weeks a year, 32, 35 weeks a year. We used to do our car build. I would do car builds. We'd get volunteers to build the car, and we'd do it in about 15 minutes. I'd have to do that 5 times a weekend sometimes. I'd have to have 2 cars at night. I'd take it apart, have it all ready to go for the next day, and it was great. It was a big time, got to meet a lot of people. It was just like being in the carnival, being in the circus. So we'd go around and do that a lot. Have not done that in a long time. We've been pretty busy. Not pretty busy.
Springfield at the end of May.
Oh, for that would be is that Street Machine Nationals? If that's NSRA, I don't know if that's NSRA. I thought that was Street Machine Nationals. If it's Street Machine Nationals, when we started doing this in the very beginning, people weren't into T-buckets right then. It was like a weird time in history. T-buckets kind of lost their fad, and the Street Machine Nationals was definitely not the place to go to try to sell T-buckets, and that's all we did in the beginning. Street Machine Nationals. Here's how I'm going to finish. I'd love to. Maybe. I don't know. Probably not. So we would do chapel services wherever we went around. And even when we did the car build, on Sundays I would preach while we were doing the car build. Body Christ or whatever. So the year 9/11, whatever year that was, when the Twin Towers went down, Street Machine Nationals, because it's in September, right?
May.
No, September was, so that would be, unless they move Street Machine Nationals, that would be NSRA. So if I'm talking Street Machine Nationals, Springfield. It just happened. Everybody's just like freaked out. They thought the world was coming to the end. And it was just like, normally I would get 20, 30 people at a chapel service. If I got 10, a lot of times it'd be good. They turned the mic on to the entire fairgrounds. It's like, well, this is cool. There's whatever, 30,000 people. And they were stopped in their tracks because everybody was like, so, we're doomed. but we're not doomed. And I remember the message I did then, it was Romans chapter 12. And it has a lot to do with just how we're supposed to be, how we're supposed to act in relationship to who our God is and who we are to Him. So Romans chapter 12, it was a great message for then, so it might be a good message today. I might go read that when I go home. So maybe not. We may go to Springfield. I've gone there before, but we have not gone to any shows for quite a while. We do support the show in Flippin' here at the end of the year, so we want to be part of that. So anyway, that was a long story about me. We want to make this story about Dorothy and it coming together, and about y'all. Stay safe out there. Don't be stupid. Looks like a lot of people have a little extra time to work on their hot rods, which is a cool thing. So it'll all be good. It'll all calm down. Spring's almost here. The trees are blooming. The flowers are coming out. My goats are kidding. We had baby chicks the other day. My grandkids are playing with the chicks. It's all cool. So have a great week. Have a great night. See you tomorrow.